Hello, Daily Wire. You are so much for freedom of speech. So much for it. Unless, of course, you're a strong Christian woman who speaks the truth and you don't like to hear it.
Random thoughts, politics, culture, religion. What is the vision?
Welcome to Random Thoughts. Rayshawn Blyden here. Not holding back. Sick and tired of entitled bums who feel that they can disrespect Christians because you're Jewish, and we both know that Jesus is the King of the Jews. So let's be clear on that. So let's get started. I never liked this guy. Never liked him. Even before I knew he was a never Trumper, or he became a never Trumper. It was just something about his weaselly, whiny. He just gave me. I just can't explain it, but I knew he was a jerk. I never liked him. And now all of a sudden, I will walk over glass to vote for Trump now? Give me a break, you filthy. Anyway, let's get into this. First, for those of you who live under a rock, they fired or Candace quit. They pretty much forced her out. But she's a strong Christian black woman, and she's not, even if it doesn't matter if she was black or white or whatever, but she's very strong, and she's not going to allow you to keep her down. In fact, in her own voice, she said, "I am free." So, the problem is, Ben Juicero does not know biblical scripture and took what she said out of context, and so therefore he had to rant and whine. The Bible is not about you, as she eloquently said to you, Ben Juicero. So I'm so sick and tired of you whiny, sniveling. He's such a bum. I mean, let's be professional. You are the one who made this thing blow way out of proportion by, you gotta know that you're being recorded everywhere. So you wanted her to know this. Keep in mind that she is working for you, and you destroy her in public like this. Let's listen in on what the jerk had to say. Let me find this. Hold on, give me a second here. Well, you're not queuing up on me. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Window. Maybe it's further down. Here we go. All right, let's listen to what Ben Juicero had to say here.
Yes, the question is about Candace Owens. I think her behavior during this is disgraceful. Without a doubt, hands up. Yeah, she still works for my company. And I think she's been absolutely disgraceful. I think that her faux sophistication on these particular issues has been ridiculous. It's not faux sophistication, it's ridiculous. Everybody can see the moves that she's making and the things that she's saying, and I find them disreputable.
You sound so fruity and so whiny and so, anyway, what a dude. I do not like this guy. I never liked him at all. Just I'm telling you, I sensed that he was a no good, sniveling, whiny baby. Oh, it was so deplorable. What she had to... Shut up. Shut your mouth, you filthy... I'm gonna lose my... You can make me call out people's name. Let's read this from the beginning here. There's so much going on in this world. I can't just do 3 long form shows. I need to let and vent, because I'm venting right now. I'm really venting much. So short form isn't gonna get out all of my venom. Sick and tired of... Grow some balls. You're like one of these sniveling, millennials. Grow some freaking balls and stop being a whiny, sniveling. Woo! Oh no, no, I'm not gonna let you make me lose my salvation. Okay, let's. I've been fired up since I learned about this earlier. Candace Owens confirms she no longer working for Trump-hating Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire. In 2015, so we need to give the context. So let's just start from the beginning and go to the end because I'm fired up and I'm not going to back down. In 2015, the Daily Wire was established by Ben Jucero and its current CEO, Jeremy Boring. In March 2016, only months before the general election, Daily Wire's Ben Jucero came out with a stunning statement about how he would never vote for Donald Trump. And there you can see the article there. I will never vote for Donald Trump. Here's why. I will never vote for Donald Trump ever. I will never vote for Donald Trump because I stand with certain principles and I stand with my government and free markets and religious freedom. And you stand with religious freedom, really. You do not stand with Candace Owens, you filthy, and personal responsibility. Donald Trump stands against all of these things, really, you filthy. He stands for Planned Parenthood. Where are you getting this from? And trade restrictions and targeting of political enemies. You sound like a liberal, flaming. Well, that's I could tell by your voice. Hey, I'm Ben Shapiro. Hey, I hate Donald Trump. Here's why. You fruity pebble. Donald Trump stands for. I have to calm down. I'm so animated right now. You have no idea. Political enemies and an anti-morality foreign policy and government domination of religion and nastiness towards women and tactic appeals to racism and unbounded personal power. I stand with the Constitution. I don't want to read anymore. Anyway, it ends by saying I stand with #NeverTrump. So, of course, my dogs want to join in on the party here because they could sense I'm animated. They sense the energy. Last week, in one of the most confusing statements by Ben Jucero to date, he admitted that he was previously supporting Governor Ron DeSantis over President Trump. He then went on to explain a long list of Trump's incredible accomplishments and said he'd walk over broken glass to support him. Shapiro then explained that he would be making a donation to Trump's campaign, although he fails to mention how much he will donate, $2. Ben Jucero endorses Trump, says he will walk through broken glass. Do we want to? I don't even know if I really am so angry. I don't even want to hear this. You know what? Let's play.
As most of you know, I'm voting for Donald Trump in November.
And both of you know, I'm voting for Donald Trump in November.
Said so many times.
Said so many times. He sounds so whiny. I can't take his voice. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I will not listen to any more of him. Bringing popular hosts like conservative commentators Matt Walsh and Candace Owens on board was a key part of the Daily Wire's success. The outspoken Owens and Shapiro have had their share of public spats as recently as November 2023, and that's just I think that's the thing I played a little bit earlier here. Where he, maybe it's not, let's see. Publicly argued over a remark made by Candace Owens about warmonger Nikki Haley, whom Owens said she would like to endorse as president of Israel. Owens said that she, Haley, has earned her support in what appeared to be a tongue-in-cheek comment. Owens said that if you're paying attention to the pro-Hamas Palestine protests and the fake news media support for Israel has literally collapsed, Candace Owens said. With enough money from foreign interest lobbyists, she believed the former South Carolina governor would be the logical choice for getting Israel back. Let's see, I think this is and then it said looks like Ben Shapiro is about to fire Candace Owens. I think this is because of the comments. Let's see, let's listen.
I am here today to endorse Nikki Haley for president of Israel. I think she's earned that. I think Bibi Netanyahu is going through a very bad time right now. Support for Israel has virtually collapsed socially. If you're paying attention to the trends, and you're paying attention to what people are watching, you're paying attention to the protests. And the one person that I think is capable of getting it back is Nikki Haley with enough money from foreign interest lobbies. So there it is, guys. I'm endorsing Nikki Haley, president of Israel.
Love it. Love it. In an interview with Jewish comedian Amy Kozak, the Daily Wire's Candace Owens compared the treatment of innocent Jewish students on college campuses to the persecution of white students on campuses across America for years by Marxist BLM. She's not wrong on that. Let's just listen instead of reading. Let's watch.
There are a lot of people in America that are sitting here going, okay, well, can you answer why Jews are so special? Because as white people in this country on university campuses, we are being taught that we are not allowed to have a voice. We have had to endure exactly what you're talking about, BLM. We've endured much
Okay, what's going on here?
worse than you have, because it's in the actual textbooks. We are being told that we are systematically racist, that we are born wrong because of the color of our skin, and if we say anything, we'll lose everything.
I don't know why this is
typical experience on white campuses. So people, this is not whataboutism. This is like actually what we have been fighting for years. So it sort of arrived as, I think, for a lot of Americans, a surprise when they're saying, well, now that it's about Israel, which is something that's overseas, we need to, hand these university professors, we need to do something about this issue. Why weren't we trying to correct course on this issue? Why weren't donors pulling their funding out of these universities? Why weren't these same things being said for these last, I would say, 8 years of rampant BLM, white man can't do anything right?
She's not wrong on that. Someone tell me how she's wrong on that. Please tell. I would love for someone to comment and tell me how is she wrong on that. She is not wrong on that. And the answer, of course, we know is because they were black. And all white men, all white women, all white people bad. That's why. That's the answer. That's the truthful answer. That's why nothing was done.
Right, actively being taught in the classrooms. So there are people that are asking that question. Now, what I have said is that explicit calls for genocide, which
I don't know why my internet is acting funky this evening. But anyway, we get the gist of what she said there. In response to her comments, Ben Shapiro's painted her as uneducated, and we watched that already. We watched that already. The most recent controversy involving Candace Owens is centered around the hateful remarks of this rabbi idiot. I talked about him before. Is this the same rabbi who wrote? I'm not sure if this is it. Yep, this is the idiot in the by PJ Media. I can't look at you. Oh, Mr. Rabbi, Rabbi.
All right, everybody, let's jump right into this. A very exciting episode for you today. Here in my hands, I am holding an article that was published by PJ Media. The title is, Let's Be Honest, Candace Owens is a Jew-hating bigot. It was written by a rabbi, Rabbi Michael Barclay. So I read this article, and honestly, there are only two options here. Either this rabbi is genuinely ignorant of everything that I have ever said, in which case I'm happy to clarify it because he will be joining us on today's episode. Or the other option is he's completely aware of the things that I have said, and he is just a monster. I'm excited to find out.
What do you think? Do you think he's a complete monster, or he's ignorant, or both, or just a fool? Let's listen in.
Sit down here with Rabbi Barclay. That's what we have coming up on Candace Owens.
Okay, so this is this is like an hour. Let's see if we could, we'll listen into some of this.
I have called you, and I'm not alone, because many Jews have called you an anti-Semite. I've also talked to people who say you have a really sweet heart, just so you know. You and I have a number of mutual friends in the world. But I think it's important to first identify what anti-Semitism is. It is a different type of hate than any other type of hate in the world. And if you and I are speaking crossways because we have a different understanding and definition,
Yeah.
that's not going to lead to any dialogue. That's not going to lead. Look, I said to Skylar, I'd love to walk out of here and say, you know what, I was wrong, and write an article, I apologize, and I was wrong. But the first piece is to have a mutual understanding of what is anti-Semitism. I think that would help a tremendous amount.
I
Would you agree with
actually
that?
totally agree with you on that. That is a perfect place to start. Could you
Okay, so-
provide for us a definition of anti-Semitism?
Absolutely. I really appreciate that, because I think that is the great.
All right, shut up and spit it out.
Where can we go, right? So there's a man, blessed memory, man named Lord Jonathan Sachs. He was the chief rabbi of England. He had a great line. He really defined anti-Semitism.
Just say it.
That anti-Semitism is Jews have no right to exist collectively as Jews with the same rights as other human beings. Which is kind of a weird statement. So just
I don't even think that she's ever said anything like that. Let's listen to more. He's just
track back to understand the history of anti-Semitism. 2,000 years ago, Jews don't accept Jesus.
and I still think many don't. They don't think he's the Messiah.
As Messiah. For people who do not have faith, as the early Christians, as some of them have faith, some of them accept Jesus, but they don't really.
And again, he doesn't know how to answer a question. This isn't even answering the question. She asked you for a definition. Is this any part of the definition? It's not.
In their heart, and you and I both know people like Rob McCoy who accepts it fully in their heart, and other people who are doing it without faith. And they're those who have less faith. The fact that a Jew exists, let alone thrive.
Okay, I can't listen to him. Let's just read, because he's just babbling for too long. I don't have time to listen to you. Following his appearance on her show, Rabbi thanked Owens for inviting him to speak with her on the show and said, "It's sad that you believe that I am ignorant or a monster. I believe it too. And that you didn't take any responsibility for your words that prompts such Jew hatred." What's Jew hatred? But I am hopeful you will see the IDF October 7th film. Owens responded by saying, "Rabbi, you're always welcome back to the show. Thank you for allowing me to clear my name by giving people a glimpse into what you believe warranted the piece you wrote about me. I was hopeful you were ignorant when you wrote some of these lies. Unfortunately, you were not. As you noted, you didn't even watch my show, but wrote a piece about it declaring what you believed I said to be anti-Semitic." See, that's the thing that irritates me. You can't declare someone is racist, homophobic, bigoted, anti-Semitic, and not watch or listen to what said statements are. It's just untruthful, putting it nicely, lies, putting it truthfully. To clarify, I do not think you are a monster. I think you truly believe your race, religion, and feelings are superior to others, and that you truly feel victimized when others do not hold that same viewpoint. I do not hold that same viewpoint, neither do I. Innocent Muslim blood spilled is equally as devastating. Oh, here she comes again. You know, Maggie is so... I took away all her squeaky toys. I hid one from her. So what does she do? She bring another squeaky toy. I'm done. She wins. She wins. I'm not gonna compete with her. Innocent Muslim blood spilled is equally as devastating as innocent Jewish or Christian blood spilled. For that radical position, I have been smeared rather in... Oh, she's driving me nuts. Been smeared since October 7th, but I intend to hold the line on this one. It is my wish that every person in the world watches our exchange, and I hope you felt I treated you fairly. As I said, you are always welcome back, and thank you very much for being so willing to join and discuss your feelings about things. So there you go. There you go. And so Rabbi Rabo tweeted at Owens, Candace, all blood is equally red, but not all intentions are the same. Evil has evils have gradations, but let's discuss your feelings about that statement after you see the footage. Please let me know some dates and times that works for you. In response to his tweet, Owens shot back at Rabbi with a challenge. And it says here, not only will I watch the film, but I'd like to arrange a trip for me to visit Israel. I'd like to visit and live stream in Israel and Gaza. I'd be keen to meet and speak with Netanyahu IDF soldiers plus citizens that are Jews, Christians, Muslims, and Ethiopian. I'd like to take 6 journalists, commentators of my choosing that I believe have earned the trust of the American people, and I will crowdfund the entire thing so it will cost nothing, and I will be beholden to no one but the truth. Can you use your contacts to make that happen? And let's see what it says here. Wow. They just fully retracted the horrible piece which was written about me by the rabbi. I have never contacted them. This is a major win. So here's the retraction here. The retraction is... So we read the retraction. Anyway, I'm not going to read the retraction. I should read it, shouldn't I? Let's see. Let's see if I can read this retraction. Let's see the... Well, it took me to X. It's not actually... it's not really showing me the whole story here, but anyway, I will take her word for it here. The far left ADL also came after Owens by citing an article by Soros-funded Media Matters. In their tweet, they attempted to tie Candace Owens to the outspoken Nick Fuentes for praising Owens. But then Owens responded, I do not know Nick Fuentes, but you already know that. So what I do know is that everyone can see what you guys are trying to do to me. Your pattern is well established, and that world is waking up to it. My crime is having stood up for myself against your network of smears. She's not wrong. She followed up by saying, "My crime is that I do not believe that American taxpayers should have to pay for Israel's war." She's not wrong. She's not wrong on that at all. "Or the wars of any other country." Again, it's not wrong. "I will not change my mind." Good girl, you stand firm in your Christian belief. Don't make these people try to end you and silence you. So the question is, what will you do to me next? The world is watching. Only moments ago, after social media was buzzing with rumors of Owens being fired, Owens confirmed that she is no longer working for the Daily Wire. "The rumors are true. I am finally free," Owens said, asking her followers to go to her website where she will continue to express her opinions to her fans. And my hope is that she gets wildly successful like Tucker Carlson did when Fox News fired him. That's my hope there. What do we have here? So Owens also asked her fans to follow her on her personal YouTube channel. Finally, Owens explains why she is speaking up. She says, "A lot of people asking why I am speaking out so much as of late. Truly because I've had enough." It's, let's stop right there. It is so true, and that's kind of what has happened to me. I've been boiling over for the longest. I've been wanting to vent for the longest. I am sick and tired of not expressing myself because, like for instance, another episode I'm going to do. I normally don't advocate for boycotts, but Planet Fitness gotta go. That's all I'm gonna say on that here. But you get to a certain point where you've had enough. I've been there in many phases of my life where I've had enough. I've had enough of people who were bullying me as a kid. I had enough of people picking on me. I had enough of certain things. I just was, no, put my foot down. Even for today, where I work, there's certain things that I had enough. I'm not going to take it, and that's it. And she's had her boiling point here. But let's continue reading. Truly, she said, "I've had enough. I've been routinely threatened, smeared, and libeled for years, and what you saw yesterday is typical. The people doing the smearing want you to apologize to them. It is a deranged logic, and it has to end," she says. Today on the show, okay, so we're not going to talk about the show, but anyway, she is she's not wrong on any of this. I can definitely sympathize with having enough and being sick and tired of the nonsense. I really can appreciate that she's sick and tired of the nonsense. I've been there. People, they will smear you and they will try to beat you into submission. They really will. So I'm glad that she's standing firm and she's not going to allow them to take her down. I really appreciate a strong person, especially a strong Christian person, standing up for themselves and not allowing the evilness of this world to take her out. I really gonna keep her in my prayers. I pray that she can continue to speak the truth and she will not be stopped. That is that's what I plan to do. So anyway, that's all I got for this show here. Leave a like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.
Random thoughts, politics,